This is my mitosis project. Uh, so first, before mitosis, there is something called interphase. Interphase is when the cell is just doing its job, just hanging out, just doing what it's supposed to do. This, um, this happens. Sorry. This happens basically 90% of the time. Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is happening 90% of the time during the life of the cell. But there's a rare 10% where this is the mitosis phase. Yeah. Okay. So, the G1 phase, G1 phase is basically what I like to call the growing and healing phase. So, this basically happens after mitosis, and the cell is injured and it's not having the greatest time. It just went through a really tiring phase, and now it's time to rest and grow like a lot, its own size. But yeah, and that is G1. G2, or S phase, my bad, not G2 yet. S phase is when the DNA gets copied. So when this happens, you have one really long strand of DNA in a cell, correct? So, what happens when you want to do mitosis as a cell? Well, basically, during mitosis, why do you need to copy the DNA? During mitosis, what happens is the parent cell splits into a daughter cell, or two daughter cells, yeah? So, when this happens, my bad. When this happens, when mitosis happens, the DNA gets split, and so to do that, you need two separate strands of DNA, and that happens, the DNA gets copied in S phase. Okay, well, what happens after S phase? After S phase is the G2 phase. G2 is when the cell is making a lot of energy, so much. It needs all of this energy because it's gonna go through mitosis soon, and mitosis needs a lot of energy. It needs, you just need a lot of energy during mitosis. But also, other than energy, the centrioles are created along with the spindle, which is just separate strands at the moment. But it'll come together during, mitosis. So, there we go. That was interphase and cytokinesis. Now it's time for mitosis. Mitosis, prophase. So, prophase is basically, you've got your cell, you've got your nuclear membrane, it's gonna go away, but we've got it at the moment. We've got our chromosomes, and chromosomes are basically these doubled or copied strands of DNA, right? And yeah, we just have those, and there's 23 chromosomes to be exact, but yeah, there's just they're just hanging out there. Now, during the metaphase, the centrioles come into use. The centrioles are located at the poles, which is basically here and here. And then the chromosomes line up at the equator, which is right in the middle of the cell. And so you can basically just draw a line like this, and that would be metaphase. And this line is basically, it's called the equator. Okay. So after metaphase comes anaphase. Anaphase is when the chromosomes just start to split. Now, did I draw the spindle? I think I might have forgotten the spindle. But during metaphase, the chromosomes are connected by this thing called a spindle. It was created during S phase, before mitosis, but now it's being put into action. Basically, what happens is that the spindle pulls the chromosomes, but now they're, chromatin, because they just got split. So they're kind of still in the equator. They're just like split now. That's it, basically. And yeah, that is anaphase. The next phase is metaphase. Metaphase, what it is, you've got your centrioles at the poles, and you've got the spindle right here. Now the spindle is still being put into use, but it's just that the chromatin is now closer to the centrioles, and let me just draw the rest of the chromatin. And also what's going on, the cell membrane is starting to split like this. Our parent cell is becoming a daughter cell. Yay! Okay, and then basically after that we go into G1, and now, that's not what I wanted. And now we've got 2 daughter cells, and now they have their own DNA in them, as explained. Now, chromosomes and chromatin, they are the coiled version of DNA, but yeah, there is DNA in a cell at all times, or else it wouldn't be able to function, which is what we need it. But yeah, now we're back to G1. G1 was already explained. The cells have been through a lot. They basically grow up because now they're like half the size that they need to be, because the parent cell split in half. But now they are at regular size, or they're growing to regular size, I guess. And yeah, we've got our cells right there. They've just gone through the whole life. But yeah, there we go. That would be the end.